Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is price gouging, business ethics, or lack of business ethics. And the company I'm going to talk about specifically is Southern Wine and Spirits, or now known as Southern Glacier Wine and Spirits. I'm going to just sort of preface this and start off by saying that, a couple of years ago, U.S. Foods and Cisco were going to merge. Cisco wanted to merge with U.S. Foods and create this massive monopoly or conglomerate or powerhouse in the food distribution industry. And I've been against it since I've heard it. And I have heard a lot of other chefs say, "Oh, that would be great. That'd be great. We'll save money and this and that." And I'm like, you're not going to save money. You don't save money from these people to begin with. A story in the organic world, United Natural Foods bought up a company called Northeast Cooperatives. Northeast Cooperatives grew immensely back, 15 years ago. And they were a really awesome company to do business with. Just an awesome all-around bigger company. And UNFI came in strong, basically put them out of business, bought them out, and created this one massive distribution company. I'm sure there are some other ones out there like Tree of Life and Ace Naturals, but nothing like the behemoth of UNFI. And it sucks when I go to buy something that's organic that I can only get from UNFI. The price is so ridiculous. And even if I can get it from somewhere else, the price is still ridiculous because they know that they got everything you want under one roof and they can pull that delivery truck in and they're going to gouge you for price. And all of the suppliers to them always say, well, if you can find that our product's cheaper elsewhere, whoever has it. And sure enough, 99% of the time, 100% of the time, if I can get their product through another redistributor to get it from a smaller distributor that doesn't have as big of a network as UNFI or less resources, it's always a cheaper product from somewhere else. Is that for me?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking about price gouging.
Okay.
And Southern Wine and Spirits.
Nice.
Did you eat your food?
I'm going to get it.
Okay, excellent. So, about 10 years ago, Southern Wine and Spirits came into New York State. And they actually, by coming into New York State, this is what they did. They took on a lot of brands that were in other distribution warehouses. Because Southern Wine and Spirits at that time might have been in 10 or 12 or 15 states across the country. And they had Jack Daniels in all the other states. They had Absolute, they had Cuervo, whatever brands they had. Those might be some, might not be some. They had those in other states. So as soon as they got into New York, they looked at their suppliers and said, okay, give us your products. So they pulled products from all these other distributors like Eber Brothers, which was an independently owned company. There was about 4 or 5 main players in New York at that time. And all of a sudden, there was a company called Charmer Sunbelt. There was a company called Colony Distribution. Colony and Sunbelt actually merged so they could become a stronger company. Eber Brothers went out of business. A few other companies went out of business because they didn't have any products to sell. And now, see, in New York State, for liquor, for wine, beer, and liquor, you have one vendor with those sales rights in that county or in that region or statewide, depending upon what it is, wine, beer, or liquor. So you all of a sudden now have them pulling away from all these other companies, and you can only buy that one product from that one vendor anyway. So whether it was Eber Brothers or Lectures or whoever it was at the time, Jack Daniels can only come from that company. But you had many more choices as far as distribution channels of companies to buy from. So Southern created this gap in business for these other smaller guys. They just went out of business. Had to close shop and this and that was it. They were done. Now, Southern has all of these brands. The other two companies merged to become a stronger unit. They're still in there. They're called Empire Merchants right now. So Southern and Empire's guilty of this too, because Empire's a national company as well. They're in several states as well. Empire, Charmer, Empire Sunbelt, whatever they call themselves. They're in several states. But Southern, every single month that we order, prices go up on almost every item. So the average restaurateur, chef, bartender, manager doesn't really pay attention to 25 cents higher, 15 cents higher, 8 cents higher, or $1 higher. They just don't pay attention because you're buying so many products and you don't have a way of checking. Well, we have a way of checking. I'm going to pop that on the screen here. And we can tell as soon as we put our invoices into the computer, it flags the item and puts red how many percentage it goes up. This is the last invoice, 4 or 5 items. Every single item went up in price this month. Last month, every single one of those items went up in price last month. Now, as a general rule, I don't try to buy from the big guys. The big guys do have a couple things from small independents that I do wish to carry because I've made connections with these small distilleries or wineries or breweries, so I do buy from these bigger guys those few products. But I really enjoy buying from smaller companies like Elmira, O-Pee-Chee, Rad Grapes. There's just tons and tons. I do like 15 of these companies, artisanal imports, artisan wines, that it's a pleasure to deal with these people where you can call and speak to the owner. And I gotta tell you, in my 13 years of being open, you can look back at my invoices for like Iceberg Vodka or something else, and the price has been the same. Very, very, very seldom do they take a price increase. Maybe every 5 or 6 years they'll say, okay, the price of Iceberg rose, so we actually have to raise it because our producer raised their price 5%, so we have to raise 5%. But stuff like Titos Vodka, independent, they don't raise their price all the time. Every single month, there's some kind of increase. Every other month, there's some kind of increase on Titos Vodka. And it might be so nominal where it's like 0.5% or 0.75%. But month after month, that adds up. And all of a sudden, you have a bottle that cost you $20 4 years ago that is now $26. But with the other vendors, they don't raise their prices like that. It's amazing the price gouging that goes on, that I feel personally it's happening with Southern and even with Empire. Just every single month. It's like they have a computer program to it's like the stock market that just keeps going up and up and up and up. Every single month we're taking a hit on these. And it sucks as a business owner, as a restaurant owner, to know that, hey, if I want to buy Titos Vodka, if I want to support an independent brand like Titos, I have to face the consequences and suck it up and pay what Southern is going to charge me every single month for Titos Vodka. And that's the bottom line. We don't support the big brands like Grey Goose or Absolute or Ciroc or Kettle One. We don't support any of those big brands. And I made that conscious decision years ago when I watched Grey Goose go up to $40 a bottle wholesale. I'm like, I'm out of my mind. To buy a bottle of vodka for $40 that everybody's hyped up on is ridiculous, because they're $40 for a 25-ounce bottle or a 33-ounce bottle. That's well over $1 an ounce. How do you make money on drinks like that with spillage, overpours, and buybacks? A martini, there's 9 ounces of alcohol that go into a martini, or 6 ounces of alcohol that go into a martini. That's like $6. It's that's $7, $8 a product in the glass right there. And a consumer doesn't understand why they have to pay $18 for a vodka, for a Grey Goose martini. It's just like, because that's what it is. That's what the reality of cost. Well, this other restaurant's not charging that, and the other restaurant has no clue, and they're losing money on these products. And for them, it's they don't know enough in business to say, hey, I need to educate my staff. I need to offer independent brands. I need to have better vodka at a better price and stop paying the hype and the advertising, and get my staff well prepared to say, these are the 10 vodkas we have. These are awesome vodkas. They're all small independents. And that's what we do. It's so price gouging. Southern Wine and Spirits, Empire a bit too, but I'm just throwing the Southern invoice up there because this is the last one that happens, and it happens every month after month after month. My prices go up as a restaurateur when I buy certain things, and it's hard for me every month. If you went to the same restaurant every month and it was like, oh, the martini this month was $9.15, and this month it's all of a sudden $9.22, and then next month it's $9.23, and then it might take 2 months of going up, and then all of a sudden in 4 more months it's $9.28, you'd be like, what the hell's going on with this restaurant? What are they doing? Restaurants don't do that. This is what these big companies do. They just keep raising it across the board, just like it's no problem. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. There's my rant on price gouging with Southern Glacier Wine and Spirits. Hope they watch this video, even though things won't change because they have this whole computer formula on their profit and how to make the massive amount of profit, the most profit possible, and it just keeps raising. That equation is just keep raising prices across the board, and of course restaurants can't pass that price on. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment.